bright white spot. Good morning. Welcome to my word for the day. I'm here with my sister Sean again from Finland and Texas and wherever it is that you live. So thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoy the good word. This is a really good word we've got today. It was picked at random. And let's just dive right into it. Actually, let's take a moment and breathe. This was a bit of a hectic morning for me. So I hope you're having a lovely day, making it a lovely day. And it's here in Chicagoland. It's really a nice day. It's overcast, but it's a nice temperature, and there's just a slight breeze. Really nice. So if you get the chance to get outside and just enjoy the trees, they're starting to turn, if you can believe that already. I've seen some red leaves on trees, and but hey, we have seasons, and that's a cool thing. So wherever you are, make the best of this day. And let's dive into our word. And it is from the Virtues Project. They produce these cards that I use for my word for the day. And they're all great words, and we're thankful to them. Okay, Sean.
I asked him if I could read it today because this is my absolute favorite virtue.
Okay.
So the virtue today is grace. And we don't really think about the word grace, but listen to the words, the description of grace. And it's amazing. It covers everything in my life, in your life, our lives. So grace is our connection to the divine, a sense that we are loved and provided for in all circumstances. It is opening ourselves to bounty. Grace inspires us to give unconditional love to others. When we are gracious and elegant, others are drawn to our company. With grace, we can turn every communication and relationship into a thing of beauty. We grow in grace when we treat others with dignity, kindness, and exquisite courtesy, and whenever we forgive. As we connect deeply with grace, we become the presence of grace to others. I love that one sentence. We treat others with dignity, kindness, and exquisite courtesy. Not just regular courtesy, exquisite courtesy. And whenever we forgive. That's just...
So let me grab the card for a second. The word for today is grace. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit of a glare. Grace is a fantastic word. When I think of grace, I usually think of it in the morning when I'm being thankful and grateful for the day, and I'm talking to God, and I'm thinking, wow, the grace that God shows me every day is just amazing. And not only that, but it's grace from other people too. Sean and my wife are two great examples. Always good things to say, and I'm super thankful for that. So, yeah, grace is well, let's keep going with grace. It's a great word.
Here's a quote from Peter Fedema. The will of God will never take us where the grace of God cannot sustain us.
Wow.
That sentence is used in a lot of programs. We never get dropped off a cliff, in other words. Sometimes we think it can't get any worse. Well, usually I when I'm at the bottom, I think, oh, good, it can't get any worse than this. So the only possibility is to go up. So
that's a good thought, because we all have challenges in life, even though we are very blessed. We are fortunate in so many ways. I mean, the fact that I was born here in the Midwest, where we don't have wildfires and droughts and all that kind of stuff, is just one example of a blessing that I had nothing to do with. And so, the grace that is shown to us from God is fantastic. And we all have something to be grateful for, and we are all shown grace. And the bottom that you mentioned, it does change, and it's different for everybody. But with grace, there's always some hope.
And I think that's what everybody needs, is always to have hope.
Yeah.
So here's the practice of grace. I trust grace to carry me through times of trouble. I'm open to abundance.
Yes.
It's one thing to say, I would like to have this, but to be open to it. Abundance meaning not just money, obviously, but love, friendship, kindness, courtesy, all of those things. I bless others with my tenderness. That's a great thought. I'm gracious in my attitudes and actions. I'm willing to forgive. And the last one, my favorite. I think, move, and speak with gentleness and courtesy.
It's a great reminder because honestly, I don't always do that. So
Well, none of us do. None of us do.
Yeah, but this word grace, like so many of the virtues, it is a great reminder to slow down from time to time, take a moment, think about all the things you're thankful for, and realize that you have grace and hope and peace and joy and love and all those things in your life in various degrees. And let's appreciate those things. And more than that, let's share them with others. So I'm super thankful to have Sean here because she's not here in Chicagoland all that often these days. But she is a master facilitator of the Virtues Project, and she really is passionate about this, just like the Virtues Project is passionate about sharing virtues around the world. Gosh, they're in over 100 countries,
Yep.
and they've been doing this over 30 years, and it's a great thing. If you want to know more about that, just look for the Virtues Project, virtuesproject.com. No "the" in front of that. Yeah, it's you can learn about it, and of course, you can always ask me about it, and I'll guide you in whatever direction you want. I know some people have asked for their own set of virtues cards, which certainly is available to you. It's
I have some here, by the way. If you
Okay.
contact Lee this week, I can get them to you here rather than mail them. Save you some
okay.
save you some postage.
Yeah.
But
So-
yeah.
This particular deck is 100 words.
Do you know
All
there's
good
a,
words.
there's a list of 800 or 900?
Yeah, I know that. And
It's incredible that there's so many virtues. All right, I'm going to read the affirmation.
okay.
I'm thankful for the gift of grace. It sustains my life. That pretty much covers it.
Yeah.
Because if we're forgiving, if we're kind, we're moving with gentleness and courtesy and not with road rage and anger. If we're living our life with grace, we've got everything. We've got love, we've got abundance, we've got friendship, we've got all the things that we need
Peace and joy and caring and all those things.
for a wonderful life. It's absolutely true. That's why this one is my favorite. By the way, Lee always ends. We have 1 minute, I guess. Lee always ends saying, "Do something kind for someone else." And I was thinking about that this morning when I woke up, and I thought I'm going to add something to that this morning, which is acknowledge somebody today for the virtue that you see in them. If you see grace in them, or courtesy, or kindness, or peacefulness, or love, whatever you see, helpfulness, whatever you see in another person, acknowledge them today. I see that in
That's
you.
a great thing to do.
So besides being, helping other people, acknowledge them for what they're doing right.
If
today.
I can remember that, I'll add that to my closing remarks because I think that's so important. Because when you acknowledge somebody for the good thing that they did, whatever it was, whether it was being kind or helpful, courteous, whatever it was, imagine if somebody just gave you that compliment. It's a good feeling. It uplifts you and moves you into a better place so that you can do even more good stuff. And that's a great thought.
Think of the gratitude somebody would feel if you acknowledge them for their perseverance in having Green Cow Show and Lee's Word of the Day. And because it speaks to your heart. That's the difference between high five, good job, and using the virtue words is you're speaking to somebody's heart. And that always has a huge impact on another person if you're speaking to their heart.
Nice.
So thank you for having me here today.
You're welcome. Thank you for being here. You're a great asset in this. So thank you to the Virtues Project behind me and all the other sponsors for Green Cow to help us keep going. If you're interested in being a sponsor, let me know. Also, I want to thank all the people who watch this. Some watch live, very few because it's 9 o'clock on a work day for most people. And so the people who watch live, that's fantastic. I appreciate the little hearts and thumbs ups and the shares that you
And
give.
hi, KJ. She said hi to me.
Oh, we can great. I never know if we're going to be able to see the people who are here. So to KJ and Jerry, who are watching live, good morning. Anybody else out there, just let us know you're here. And if you're watching the replay, let us know that too. And if you have questions, please ask them. Comments, thoughts, anything, we appreciate that. Now, this deck of 100 cards, I've gone through most of it so far this year. And so what I'll do is I'll get a few more days in, and then I'm going to reshuffle it and start over. And hopefully we won't have too many repeats, but actually they're all good words. So if we repeat them, that's a good thing anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've used up our time for today. Thank you so much. And as Sean mentioned, do something really nice for somebody else today. And if you have the resources to do something nice for a whole bunch of people, do that too. And I know some of you do, and you do those things. That's great. In addition, let's acknowledge somebody else for some great thing that they did. And they can be super simple, just a little encouragement about what they showed, some kindness or patience or whatever it is. Acknowledge them for that patience, and that'll be a really nice thing to do. So yeah, I'm going to try to keep that on the list from now on. Okay, be the light, be that source of hope and peace and joy and love and patience and all those things, and grace in the world, because we need people to stand up and be those things. Treat other people the way you know they should be treated. And let's make this a great day. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
You're wonderful. Okay, we will see you in a couple of days. At least I will. Bye-bye.